You are now entering a doorway that was never meant to be found. A frequency between logic and fear, static and memory, truth and illusion. There is no time here, no map, only stories, each one a transmission from the edge of understanding and the boundary beyond. This is not a channel. This is not a dream. This is Mr. Zone. You're listening to Mr. Zone, where logic ends and shadows begin. Tonight's story is about Caleb Rowan. Quiet man, quiet job, quiet life. The kind of person who disappears into routine the way others disappear into crowds. Caleb lived on the top floor of a narrow 3-story apartment building, the only place he ever truly felt like he belonged. But for the last 2 weeks, he's been waking to sounds that make no sense. Footsteps, gigantic ones, dragging noises that shake picture frames, a low booming thud that rattles the dishes, all coming from the floor above the top floor. Caleb thinks his building is settling or haunted. But tonight, he will discover the foundation he lives on isn't concrete at all. It always begins at 3:12 a.m., a deep, heavy step that presses down through his ceiling like a weight testing the world. Then another and another. Caleb always freezes, staring upward. There is no 4th floor. Yet something is walking as if there is. The steps are never rushed. They are slow, curious, almost patterned. And every now and then he hears a faint, muffled laugh. Not cruel, just enormous. Like a child on the other side of a wall he can't see. On the 8th night, the sound changes. A scrape, long, rough. The whole ceiling shivers with it. It's as if a massive object is being dragged across the floor above him. Caleb pushes his ear to the plaster. He hears something shift, slide, then stop. The overhead light flickers, a tremor passing through the wiring. His neighbors downstairs hear nothing, feel nothing. The sounds exist only for him in the top floor. By midnight, cracks appear along the molding. The ceiling dips in one corner as if something heavy is resting there, something that wasn't there yesterday. On the 12th night, the footsteps return, but this time they're directly over his bed. Caleb bolts upright. The ceiling bulges downward, dust falling in thin threads. A booming sound follows. Thunk, 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 like something snapping into place. He stares upward, panicked. The whole room vibrates. He hears a voice, muffled, high-pitched, playful, a child's voice, but impossibly loud, as if spoken from a world much bigger than his. Almost done, the ceiling creaks. A line forms in a perfect straight line running across the length of the room. Caleb's breath stutters. That's not a crack. That's a seam, like something is being attached or assembled. The noise above shifts into a rhythmic pounding, then a grinding, then a click, a snap so sharp it stings his ears. And suddenly the new weight becomes real. The ceiling lifts, just a hair, then settles. A full, heavy thud shakes the apartment. Caleb stumbles to the window. Outside, the night sky looks wrong. The building feels taller, as if something new has been placed on top of it, as if his entire world has another floor now. He looks up at the ceiling again. Something moves across it, a shadow too large to be human. Then 2. They pass by slowly, blocking the light behind the plaster. A light far brighter than any bulb. Then the booming footsteps return, exploring the new floor, testing it. Caleb backs into a corner. He whispers, "What's happening to me?" The ceiling answers by cracking open. Just a sliver, just enough. And light pours through, white as daylight, but wrong. Too big, too close. The seam widens with a tearing sound. A beam of pure white floods the room. Then a shape descends, round, smooth, pale. A thumb, followed by 4 gigantic fingers, each one bigger than a refrigerator, each one moving with gentle, curious intent. Caleb screams, backing against the wall as the hand slips through the hole. The child on the other side of the ceiling giggles. "I'm gonna put the people back now," the enormous voice says. The hand brushes the floor, explores, searches, not trying to hurt him, just rearrange him. Caleb looks up through the widening hole, and his mind breaks. Above the ceiling is not sky. It is a bedroom, a child's bedroom, patterned carpet, bright wallpaper, toys scattered across the floor. And on the desk, Caleb sees his apartment building, the entire thing, a perfect dollhouse, and sitting beside it, newly snapped into place, is a 4th-floor expansion kit. A little plastic sign reads, "New top level, add more rooms." The child's eye appears over the opening, huge, blinking, curious. "I'll move this guy downstairs," the child says. And the hand reaches for Caleb. He tries to run. His feet won't move. His breath won't come. The fingers close around him. Warm, gentle, inescapable. He rises toward the open ceiling like a piece of furniture being lifted. Up past the room he thought was his world. The child smiles. "You go here now," and sets Caleb's tiny, trembling body in a different room on a different floor in a dollhouse he once believed was home. Caleb Rowan spent his whole life believing he lived at the top. But tonight he learned that even the highest floor can be just another level in a much larger house. A house built by hands that will never hear you scream. So if you ever wake to footsteps overhead, make sure they're not too heavy, too slow, too large. Because the room above yours may not be haunted. It may simply be new. This has been Mr. Zone. And remember, you are never as big as the world you're in.